Hello, my name is Eric, and I want to talk about the 70s, late 60s, early 70s, and I want to talk about a place where all the happy people go. Welcome to the craziness that lives inside my head. It wasn't called disco in the late 60s and early 1970s. Most bars in the late 60s and early 70s had a jukebox, and some had cigarette machines for those who smoke. I guess the thinking was to keep the patrons in the bar where the liquor is. That's why they had the cigarette machine in there, so you don't have to go to the grocery store and get a pack of cigarettes. I think it was the same reasoning that Vegas. When I went to Vegas, I noticed when I went to Vegas, I was playing the slot machines, and I'm sitting there playing the slot machines with a friend of mine, and there's showgirls coming around with the cigarettes, with the cigarette girl, and then you had the free girl come up with the free liquor. They gave you free liquor. And I said to my friend, wow, this is nice. And my friend says to me, he said, you know why they do this? I said, why? He said, do you see any windows? I didn't see any windows. He said, they want to keep you stationary. Spend as much money on this machine you can. They don't want you to know what time it is. He said, you notice there's no clocks, which is true, there's no clocks. They don't want you to know what time it is. They keep it dark no windows, so you don't know what it is. All you know, you're sitting there, you're getting free drinks, and you're spending money. Well, the bars was pretty much, I went to Vegas in the 90s. So now we're talking about the 60s. So what was going on in the 60s that I realized when I used to hang out at bars? You get to a bar, they have happy hour. And usually happy hour, I think you buy one drink, you get one drink free, something like that. So they'll keep you in the bar. And then they used to have a jukebox. And you put your money in the jukebox, you paid, was 10 cents, it went up to 25 cents to hear a record. So, but during happy hour, you don't have to pay for the jukebox. The jukebox was free. They put it on order, whatever it is, and you have this free music and you shake your booty if you can. Anyway, then happy hour was over by 9 o'clock. And usually 9 o'clock, it's a weeknight, so everybody want to go home, and that's that. But on Fridays, what they do to keep people coming, they had to have what you call a cabaret, and this is New York City. You had to have a cabaret license. With a cabaret license, what they did, you come in a happy hour, one drink, you buy one drink, you get one free. You don't have to pay for the jukebox, and you party, shake your booties, meet your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whatever. It's 10, 11 o'clock, and usually the jukebox come back on, but now it's 1969 and the 70s, early 70s. What they did was to keep you there to spend more money. This is my opinion now. It's my opinion. They would hire what they call a DJ, a disc jockey. So a guy would come in. A disc jockey in the beginning, I know, was making $300 a night. The bartender whoever it was, would give him $300 to come in around midnight, 11 o'clock, with their record player. They get two record players. They bring their own speakers. And they spin music from 11 to the bar closed at 4, from 11 to 4. And I think they made a good deal, $300, maybe $500 a night, which is perfect. And the idea is to keep people there at the bar, to keep them in the bar, to spend as much money as they can on alcohol. The same theory they had, in my opinion, I'm saying, the same theory they had in Vegas. So that is how I see how the DJ got started. Because then I had a birthday party, and I was talking to some friends of mine. Oh, I'm having a birthday party, and if my sister's listening to this podcast, I broke her record player. So a friend of mine said, well, I have a friend who DJs. I think it was $100, $200. He said he'll come in around 11 o'clock. Most people don't come to parties till around 11 o'clock. He'll come in around 11 o'clock. And he could DJ the music for you. You don't need your sister's record player. So I forgot his name. He came to my party. He had to. I set him up. We had a little hallway between the bathroom and the living room. I set him up over there with a table. He had his 2 turntables. He had his speaker. He had his boombox speakers, the big ones, and he spin records. And the place was packed. I had the best. It was the best party in town, and that night in that apartment. So that's how that started. And then other people do it. Then they had what you call house parties. Well, that's what house parties were. And so's, oh, I'm having a house party. And I said, well, right, who's playing the music? And so is playing the music. Oh, I don't like so-and-so. He played that corny music. Once you get you know who, because you know who keep you shaking your booty all night long. Okay, how much is you know who? I mean, that's how I know guys back then. That's what they did for a living. Then the other thing is, which is very interesting, I think they still have them. They have rent parties. So usually at rent parties, you pay $5 to get into a party. It's a rent party, $5. I think $5. It might have went up to 10. Depends on it. $5. You bring your own bag. You go there. You have the DJs spinning music, and that'll keep you, going. I think they sell liquor there at rent parties. I'm not sure. Well, anyway, that's how it all started. This thing called disco, DJ. I'm just saying DJ. I don't know how DJ started. When I heard the name DJ, it was a disc jockey. A disc jockey, all they do is spin music, and it costs money. You have them come to your party. They were doing it at the bars, and then though when you go to Manhattan, you had what they call discos. And the first disco that I went to was Crisco Disco. And they say Crisco Disco, and some of the young people don't know. I mean, if you Google it, you'll see Crisco Disco. When you walk in, you had a can of Crisco. Back then in the 60s, everybody used Crisco to fry their chicken and their fish. Crisco, just lard. So that's what they had at the DJ box. The DJ booth was the Crisco can. It was great. I'm going to tell you a story. When I first went to Crisco Disco, I was dressed up like a cowboy. I had my, what they call, my cowboy boots. I had my sunglasses and my cowboy hat. And the guy said, the bouncer said, do you know what kind of place this is? And I know what kind of place this is. And the guy goes, I don't want to hear no mess out of you. If I hear anything from you, I'm going to kick you out. So when I went in there, it was my first disco. And I think what happened was, I mean, not the first time I saw it, but girls were dancing with girls, guys were dancing with guys, and then you had straight people in there dancing. It was all kind of crazy nonsense. And then, I don't know, maybe a couple of months later, because I know they didn't have it the first time I went there, and I went there back a couple of months later. You go upstairs, they had what they call a back room. It's supposed to be in the bathroom with no lights, so you know what was going on in the back room. So anyway, they came out with a record, early 70s. It's called Disco Is Where the Happy People Go. And I bought it. It's by the Tramps. And I can't play it for you on here because YouTube is getting on my nerves. When I play music here, YouTube always send me a notice that I violated some copyright. So anyway, just Google it, buy it if you like old music. It's by the Tramps. It's called Disco Is Where the Happy People Go. And not only that, while we're on the subject, because I love music. Remember I told you about the cabaret license? Well, I got kicked out of almost every bar in Christopher Street in West Village. Because a lot of times, you can't get into those discos. You got a long line, and then you got to, sometimes you might, if you put sneak some money to the bouncer, he'll let you in early. It was all kind of nonsense. So I just go to the regular bars. And a lot of bars didn't have cabaret license. And you know how it is. I'm drinking and I'm shaking my booty, sitting at the table, and a lot of bartenders said, you can't dance here. So I'm not dancing. I'm just shaking, just shaking. And then they'll kick me out. And then when I come back the next day or the next whatever, I can't get in the bar because the bouncer says I don't obey the rules. Just like YouTube, just like Facebook. I never go by the rules. I am what you call a renegade. I do my own thing. Anyway, you just heard the craziness that lives inside my head.